So we've just completed a Quantum EFT workshop, and you guys have just been present with me for 4 times 4.5 hours. And who would like to explain what Quantum EFT workshop was like for them?
It was a little different from what I expected. That was a great question. And I found that the past life regression that we did really put so much into a deeper perspective. Um, we had learned a lot. We had listened to channelings from Cran. We had worked on psychometry. So, on developing our own intuitive skills. And then it sort of all came together, understanding also the protocols that we had worked with during our exchange sessions. I recognized what was deep in me is that I started to feel it in a different way. It sort of consolidated.
Mm.
And I also recognized certain things in the past life regression that are echoed in the quantum EFT protocols. And so there was this big moment of, an even deeper sense of this makes so much sense. This is such a wonderful way to be able to bring all of these techniques together. I had had past life regressions myself in the past, and wow, I think if I had quantum EFT then, I mean, the light bulbs that would have been able to open up, and brighten my path then even more brightly
Mm.
would have been incredible. Plus the tapping that you were able to give us, those of us who were still a little discombobulated after, coming out of the past life regression, that helped enormously too. So it was a wonderful, really wonderful experience. Thank you.
And you were lucky enough to be one of the ones who received a Quantum EFT demonstration session with me, and I think you got a lot out of that too.
I sure did. I've sent it to everybody that I think wants to, everybody I know and love, and who I know loves me, who I think is interested. And then I keep sort of following up. Did you watch it? Did you watch it? And Jenny, I don't like exposure too much. So look at how much this work has done for me. We did a session on exposure, Jenny and I, in the fall last year. So yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Anyone else want to explain what Quantum EFT was like for them? You all got smiley faces. Yeah, Julie.
Well, I'll just say the second time around, it made even more sense and was so much easier to practice
Mm.
and fun,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, and of course, looking at past lives and moving through that, and it really brings a healing that I think without going into past lives wouldn't happen.
Mm. Yeah,
So
we're
very
actually
special.
looking at a soul level of what's going on at a soul level. What's the higher learning and lesson? Yeah.
Yeah, very, very neat, very, very cool protocols. And
Thanks.
thank you.
And it's just, yeah, looking at yourself as a soul is a completely different perspective that we're having here with Quantum EFT.
Right. Yeah, and it fits so well into the clairvoyant training that I've had. I mean, it just blends in really nicely. So
And I'm always surprised to see it, how many of you have never tried connecting with guides and higher self, and getting that sense and that knowledge when you're doing readings with each other, and how skilled you are at it, having never done it before. That's a new skill that you're tuning into. Yeah. Anyone else? And I'm really glad that so many of you are going on to certification in Quantum EFT, because you're going to be taking a great skill out there to help others as well. And Govinda, this is your second time.
Since the second time, it was definitely easier. I wasn't floundering. I knew what I was doing this time. But one of the biggest things that I've noticed, especially with clients, is the leaps and bounds they have progressed. And I know I use the word humbling, but it really, really, really is humbling.
Mm.
To go back and watch clients just get to the core of their issues and just open. I mean, they just start blooming after. especially when I have clients coming back for sessions and we're just working on things. And I feel like a proud mama.
Mm.
And it's like, yay, you're on your own 2 feet and you're gonna do great. It's like I'm letting them fly. And it's just Quantum has done that. It's opened so many wonderful doors for clients, and I'm so thankful.
Mm. Mm.
I feel like I found home.
Yes. And as
Yeah.
many of you know, once you go quantum, it's very hard to not go quantum. Yeah. Lisa, have you got a comment?
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Yes, so I am in the certification program. And so when I did the course the first time, or this workshop the first time, it felt very clunky. Like, I'm trained in clinical EFT. And yet there was such a big part of it that spoke to my soul of, this is way more familiar, like going, working energetically across time, place, and space.
Mm.
I know that world so well. And I do believe where we're up to with the planet and humanity right now, there's such a need and a yearning for people to connect with this. So I think 3 workshops in a year is probably not going to be enough, Jenny, just saying. I did on this one reach the limit of my physicalness. I just got really tired. And that's okay too, because I am a human here having a human experience. The bigger part of me is non-physical. I feel really connected. There's a beautiful community here. And they're honestly, like, I have clients in my clinical practice, and we go quantum because they want to go there. You know, I will honor wherever my clients are, but if they're willing to go there, and just seeing the ripples and the change in them, and it's subtle and it's profound and it's deep. Like, there's so many words I could use. So thank you so much for your vision and the work you do. Excuse me. And to everyone here, you know, whether you choose to go on to certification or not, all of us are forever changed, and that's a great thing. So thanks.
I agree totally. Thank you all for being here and for being vulnerable and sharing yourselves, and for whoever uses this just for a few clients, or goes on and becomes certified and uses it in a much bigger way. Thank you. And thank you for all the souls that you're going to help.